have the Raimondo Fellow at the Libertarian Institute, Patrick Macfarlane. Patrick, what is one of your favorite things that the Institute has to offer?
Oh, well, I mean, I love the books, but I also love the news coverage that Kyle Anzalone and Will Porter are doing over there. Just fantastic stuff. I mean, if you want to know what's going on, they've been busting their fingers to the bone, just trying to report on things that are breaking in Ukraine, and there's been great China coverage and things going on across the world. So I really think that is invaluable, and it's a great accompaniment to the work that Dave DeCamp is doing at antiwar.com.
For $25 in a donation, you can pick up a digital copy of any of our books. For $50, you can get a physical copy. For a $100 donation, you can get a physical copy of any of our books and your own Libertarian Institute mug. Great conversation starters. Patrick Macfarlane, you have been committing numerous thought crimes when it comes to the Uyghur genocide. Give us an idea of your research approach to what's going on in China.
Well, it's really hard because you have to be incredibly careful when you talk about this topic, and we're really kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, because either we have to believe the lying, murdering U.S. State Department, or we have to believe the Chinese Communist Party. So it's really hard to kind of get down to what the truth is. And in some ways, we can't really say what the truth is. And what we really have to do is view this based on a legal framework. And I'm a lawyer by practice. So trying to see if those accusing the Chinese Communist Party of genocide have been able to meet their burden of proof. And of course, burden of proof is a topic that we talk about in the law, but this is fundamental to this idea of due process, which is the cornerstone of the Western legal theory, and I would say Western society in general. So when you're analyzing this, you really have to play kind of the role of jury to see what's being offered as proof, to evaluate that, to look at credibility, and to see motive to lie, and bias, and see where this information is coming from, and try to audit that information.
The Libertarian Institute is making sure you have the information. Patrick, what else? Give us an idea of what you're working on besides the China stuff. I know you and I have been going through Mises and Rothbard quotes. What else are you working on?
Well, I have a interview lined up with Lori Calhoun, who's a writer at the Libertarian Institute as well, and alongside with the China stuff, which has been my focus primarily for the last year, I guess I would say. I think that opposing the new Cold War with Russia and China is the most important thing we can do right now. But aside from that, I've also been taking a deep critical dive at the psychology behind killing in war, and the way that the U.S. military and other militaries around the world and throughout history have tried to deal with this problem. And the problem is that this is observable, that people do not want to kill other people. There's an innate resistance to killing that you can observe, and has been documented over the years, that militaries actually have to force their soldiers to kill. That combat throughout history can be described as about 80%, maybe higher, of the soldiers actually actively avoiding killing the enemy. And I think that this touches into the whole morality of warfare itself. And Lori has done a great work in her book. I think it's called War and Delusion, where she talks about how the just war theory is just complete bunk. And I wanted to pick her brain, because I know she's also done some work about the psychology of killing in combat. So that has been something I've kind of been focusing. It's a little bit on the back shelf now, with focusing on opposing the new Cold War with China, but I'm excited to talk to Lori about that.
Macfarlane, final words, and something the Libertarian Institute provides you think people will find a lot of value in.
Yeah, well, final words. I'm really excited about the work that we're doing, and I think that we're really breaking through at the Institute, and I hope people feel the same way. I think that what we can provide is a pure libertarian take on all of these things that are going on, and I think that we provide, I hope, being right at the right time, and I think that's crucial. So we've talked a lot about being right at the right time in this show, at least in an ancillary way, And I think that that's what we strive to provide here at the Libertarian Institute, is the quintessential libertarian take on these things that are going on. So we really look for your support to help us do that, and we appreciate everything that we can get and people consuming the content.